Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, students? This is your teacher Hakim Sakran speaking. I wish you that you are well and healthy, and I wish that your minds is as eager and hungry as ever. Before we indulge in today's lesson, let's review yesterday's lesson. It was about vowel sounds, and I said last lesson that this is extremely important, how to pronounce the sounds, especially the vowel sounds. And I want you to give me examples about the vowels or the sounds that we learned yesterday, the e, the a, and the e. I will give you 6 examples, of course, 2 for each, but I want you to give me now 1 for e. Very good. I will give you 2 examples. The first one is let, e, let, and the second one is sell. Sell, S-L. Okay, for the second one, the A. The A. Okay, very good. I will give you 2 examples now. The first one is bat, bat, whether it's the animal, the bat, the bird, or the bat for the baseball. And the second one is hamburger. Hamburger. The A here is A. So it's bat and hamburger. The third one and the last one is E, like Paris, city. I want you to give me an example now, other than the words that we took yesterday. Okay, very good. I have bit, E, bit, and kindle. Kindle, key, kindle. Okay, that's very good. So let's indulge in today's lesson, the conversation. But before we go to the conversation itself, I want to ask you a question. What do you think that the phone conversation is about? If you see the pictures here, you can see a certificate and 2 boys. It seems that they are friends, and a meal. So what do you think that the conversation is about? One person is calling his friend, and there's a certificate here, and a meal. It looks like a very delicious meal. So what do you think it's about? Is he inviting him for something? Or maybe just a normal phone call? It's very obvious. Yes, that's correct. Of course, he's inviting him for a graduation gathering or a graduation party. So let's look to the conversation. Let's hear now. This is the conversation between Ahmed and Abdullah, between Ahmed and Abdullah, the 2 boys from the pictures before. And now let's hear the conversation and let's listen to it carefully to answer the question that follows it. Let's begin.
Page 11. 8. Conversation.
Abdullah, thanks for inviting me to your graduation event. I was really looking forward to next Thursday night.
I've been planning this event for ages. You're coming, aren't you?
Well, Abdullah, I'm calling you up to explain. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it.
No way. I refuse to accept that. I insist on your coming.
I'm sorry, I really am. You see, it's my uncle's wedding, and they're having the whole family over for dinner. They expect me to be there, and I can't let them down.
So sneak out as soon as the dinner's over.
I can't just walk out like that.
Of course you can.
Okay, students, now let's listen again carefully and pay attention to the details. Pay attention to the details. Why isn't he coming? What will they do? Let's listen again and again. Pay attention to the details.
Page 11. 8. Conversation.
Abdullah, thanks for inviting me to your graduation event. I was really looking forward to next Thursday night.
I've been planning this event for ages. You're coming, aren't you?
Well, Abdullah, I'm calling you up to explain. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it.
No way. I refuse to accept that. I insist on your coming.
I'm sorry, I really am. You see, it's my uncle's wedding, and they're having the whole family over for dinner. They expect me to be there, and I can't let them down.
So sneak out as soon as the dinner's over.
I can't just walk out like that.
Of course you can.
So we heard in this conversation that one friend is inviting the other one. Abdullah is inviting Ahmed to his graduation party, but Ahmed can't come because he has some circumstances. His uncle's wedding, they're having a dinner gathering. So what will they do? Let's look to the other slide. Your ending. Let's hear about this one. Let's listen to what do they have to say about your ending.
Your ending. What does Abdullah go on to suggest? 1,
No one's going to notice.
2,
Tell your uncle you're not feeling well and you're going to lie down.
3,
Be straight with your uncle and tell him you have plans after dinner.
Okay, let's listen again and listen carefully to each option.
Your ending. What does Abdullah go on to suggest? 1,
No one's going to notice.
2,
Tell your uncle you're not feeling well and you're going to lie down.
3,
Be straight with your uncle and tell him you have plans after dinner.
4.
Your idea.
So, thank you for listening. And this part is actually very exciting. What does Abdullah goes on to suggest? The first one is no one's going to notice. Of course, he suggests by the end of the conversation that his friend Ahmed has to come up with a way to come to his party, his graduation party. This now here to put your ending. What do you think the ending will be better with which of these options? The first one is no one's going to notice. He's asking him to come and that no one will notice that Ahmed is missing with his family's dinner. The second one is tell your uncle you're not feeling well and you're going to lie down. So he's asking him to lie here actually, which isn't good. He's saying tell your uncle that you're sick, you're ill, you have a cold, and you're not feeling well, so that he could skip his uncle's dinner and come and go to his friends. So, and the third option is be straight with your uncle. Be frank with him. Tell him the truth. As it says here, be straight with your uncle and tell him you have plans for dinner. Actually, maybe this is the best option. He's asking him to be honest and truthful and frank with his uncle and telling him that uncle, I know this is your dinner, but my friend's graduation is today and he's having a gathering with more of our friends and I want to go. Maybe then that his uncle will excuse him. And the fourth option is your idea. Yes, you. Give me an idea that you think it will be a better ending than the one that we get in this conversation. So give me an example. Okay, that's a good one. You can say that. Any of these four, whether he's not going to notice, I don't think. Of course, it's his family. They're going to notice. And the second one is lying. No. And the third one, in my opinion, it's the best one, to be straight and to be honest with his uncle. And the fourth one, it's your idea. You come up with that idea. But it better be not lying, of course. So it's up to you. Moving on to the next part of the lesson. It's the words, the real talk, the words that we hear in this conversation. The real talk is the words that you hear, like this one, no way. No way, if you listen to it literally, it means there's no way for a car or for something. But here it has a different meaning. Let's read it together. No way, and of course the exclamation mark, is used to say when you won't allow something. You forbid something. You won't allow it. When someone's asking you to come to his house and party when it's the exams time, you say, no way. No way, it means there's no possible way for me to come. No way, I'm not coming. I'm staying home and I'm studying. Who says no way in this conversation? Is it a positive or a negative word? Who says no way here? Yes, it's Abdullah. He says no way. And he follows it up with what? Is he agreeing or disagreeing? Yes, he's disagreeing. He says, I refuse. I refuse. And I insist. So he's refusing and giving a solution. I insist on something. No way. I refuse. He's not accepting this choice. I refuse for you to not to come to my party. So moving on to the second word, let someone down. Someone. It's not the word someone. Someone which means anyone. You let me down, you let your father down, you let your friend down, you let your mother down. So anyone could be in this place. To let someone down, to disappoint. To disappoint. Which means whenever any student that he gets bad grades, he doesn't pass his exams, he's letting his family down. His family who supported him and were with him the entire exams. So when he fails the exam, he's letting them down. And the third one is, of course. You know the word of course. It's agreeing to something. So let's read it. Used to give someone permission or encouragement. Of course, used to give someone permission or encouragement. This is the key word here, encouragement, permission. When someone asks you, do you want to come with me to any place? You say, of course. So this is encouragement, that you mean that you're saying to him that you like going out with him. Of course. Can I take your PlayStation? Of course. So moving on to the next one, be straight. That's the one that he told to be with his uncle. Be straight with him. Be honest. Be frank. Be truthful. Be straight. It means to be honest and frank. It means to tell the truth. Be straight. Tell the truth. When you think that your friend is embarrassed to tell you something, he is afraid that you wouldn't like what you will hear from him, you ask him, come and say, be straight with me. Tell me the truth. So this is the word here, be straight, to be honest and frank with someone. The next part is about the conversation. I'm going to ask you a few questions about the conversation itself, the events of the conversation. The first question is, what was Ahmed looking forward to? Ahmed, not Abdullah, Ahmed. What was he looking forward to? He was looking forward to something. He was anxious. He was waiting to go somewhere. Yes, that's correct. Ahmed was looking forward to going to Abdullah's graduation event. Ahmed was looking forward to going to Abdullah's graduation event. Moving on to the second question. Why? Pay attention to the question words. Why? What? These are extremely important. Why can't he come to the graduation? Why can't he? Of course, he here is Ahmed. Ahmed, because we mentioned him before. Why can't he come to the graduation? Why can't Ahmed go? Yes, correct again. Ahmed, here we said Ahmed, of course, has to go to a family dinner for his uncle's wedding because he's tied with his family and his uncle's dinner plans. Ahmed has to go to a family dinner for his uncle's wedding. The third question, what does Abdullah want Ahmed to do? Again, what? Not why, what? What does Abdullah want Ahmed to do? So what does he want Ahmed to do? The ending that we just talked before. What does he want you to do? Yes, that's correct. He wants Ahmed to leave the dinner early. He told him that as soon as you finish dinner, come without anyone noticing you. He wants Ahmed to finish the dinner early. He wants Ahmed to finish the dinner early and come to his graduation party. Moving on. Now this part is your turn. This is a role play. So it has to be two students with each other. Role play these situations with a partner. So I'm going to give you situations, and you can ask your friend if you're in this situation, and he can ask you back, or she can ask you back. The first situation is you can't come to a friend's graduation ceremony. Make up a reason to apologize for not coming. Again, you can't come to a friend's graduation ceremony, just like Ahmed now. Make up a reason and apologize for not coming. So it means that you have a graduation ceremony and your friend can't come. So how will he apologize or she apologize for not coming? Like Ahmed, he had his uncle's dinner ceremony for his wedding. So what will you say and how will you apologize to your friend? Okay, that's good. Yes, you can say anything. Sometimes you can say, I slept. I didn't notice the time and I slept. I was tired. Or sometimes you can say, I'm sorry. Of course, you have to apologize and say, I'm sorry, forgive me. And then you tell him the truth, and the truth will be more than enough. And the second situation is call a friend and accept an invitation to a dinner, an event, or an outing. Outing, it means that you can go outside. Again, call a friend and accept an invitation to a dinner, event, or an outing. You had on your email, on any social media, you had an invitation from your friend to go out to eat dinner. How will you call him to accept this dinner? What will you say to him? Yes, that's very good. You can say, yes, I will go, I will come. Thank you for the invitation. You can say now, I'll pay, you'll pay, we'll split the bill, any way you want. So this is how you accept. Yes, you can say, thank you for inviting me, of course. I will go, I will come to your dinner or to your event or outing. And that's it for today. Thank you for listening. See you next lesson, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.